This is Cassia Dunn with Central Oregon Film Festival, and I'm here with Cooper Anderson today. He won first place in our adult category this year, so congratulations, Cooper.
Thank you.
It was a really good film. So kind of give us a little bit of an overview of what your film's about and kind of the inspiration behind it.
Sure. So I am going to a school in Eugene, to college, and I am a video major there. So my assignment by my video instructor was to make a very transitional kind of 60-second spot commercial, that kind of transition between many different scenes so that I get a feel for how to light things in different, situations, how may I artistically do this and that. And so that's kind of the reason for why I created it. So I ended up going with kind of a transitional flow, using a lot of dolly movements to the right and just going between scene and scene, like, where it blacks out between the wall and stuff, just to kind of experiment with a new thing. It's something I haven't done before, and so I wanted to try it out and see if I could expand my skills in this area. And I was pretty happy with the results, seeing that it was my first time doing something like that, and so it was a lot of fun to make.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, Cooper has a film called The Choice that actually won at our film festival last year. So if you guys get the chance to look it up, it's a really great film. But definitely this is something new for you to do. So what would you say was the hardest part of the whole thing?
I think the hardest part, each new film has its challenges, and each new direction you take, presents different things that you come up with. The hardest part for me this time was the transition between scenes, because going through walls and stuff, you really have to think out where's point A, where's point B, how may I get from this scene to that scene, while making it, smooth and not jarring to the audience. So that, along with color correction, working with new software at school, and kind of expanding my skills in the color correction area, those two places were probably the hardest for me on this production. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And what software did you use for the editing?
I use Final Cut Pro 10 for editing, as well as color correction. And yeah, that's what I use for that.
Nice. And what camera did you know off the top of your
I
head?
shot on a Nikon D800 with it was a Nikon D800 with a 70 to 200 millimeter lens.
Nice.
So,
Expensive.
Yeah, it was the school's equipment, so I was very privileged to be able to work with some higher end equipment and stuff. So
that's really cool.
Uh-huh.
So just advice for future filmmakers.
Advice for future filmmakers. I would say my top advice is really, before you go into something, take time to do the pre-production. I know it can be boring. I know that it can be strenuous, but really the better you are prepared for when you're going to show up to shoot, the better your shoot turns out. Because the better you plan at the beginning, then you can sit down at the end and really, you have a direction. As a director, you can make important decisions. In the editing room, you can say, I want this and this to go together, and you really have a good idea. The more you prepare, the more you have a better idea of where you're going as a director, and that's really important confidence-wise, and that's probably one of the top things I've learned in making films, is that you need to be prepared and ready to lead when you show up as a director. So.
Yeah, definitely, because your actors won't know anything
they're
what to
looking
do.
for direction.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, Cooper, again, and your films are awesome, so look forward to seeing more in the future. And next year, enter the Central Oregon Film Festival. Thank you.